Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another broadcast of Florence Eagle football. It is our last regular season game of this season of 2023 fall football at Florence High School. I am Ryan Keith. I'm here with not my normal co-host, but a just as adequate co-host in Scott Higdon. So we are excited. We are here in Jackson at Provine High School, ready to just bring you some high school football. So the scenario is set for us as far as we know, Scott, as far as Florence looking past this week. Obviously, tonight we do have a football game, but one side has a little bit to play for, and one side just wants to get out of here healthy.
That's right. That's right. Well, it'll be interesting to see what Florence does. It'll be interesting to see how long they play their starters, if they play them at all. Nobody seems to know. We've tried to ask, and we've tried to get people to confirm one way or the other, and it's almost like everybody you ask has a different answer. So we'll find out here in just a few minutes what the plan is.
Yeah, Coach has kept his game plan kind of quiet, which is good. I think as far as we can tell, the kids are prepared to play.
Yep.
So if he decides to roll them out there or not, mentally they were ready to play football today, and I think that's what Coach Davis wanted more than anything else, was that we mentally don't get out of the football season, that we stay prepared for Scott, Wayne County. First playoff game.
It looks to be that.
Yeah, it looks to be that way. As you'll see, Provine's JROTC will get the colors presented. We will pause for the national anthem when that occurs, but until then, we're going to continue to talk playoff scenarios. Provine has a playoff scenario tonight, which is interesting, which is why I mentioned there is one football team who is playing for something and one that is not. So Florence is set. They are the 1 seed. They will host all the way through South State. That starts with Wayne County. That's the information from the games last night. Wayne County actually, didn't get it done. They actually lost a game.
They did.
And that kind of started a snowball of losses and wins. Laurel beating Gaucher after beating.
It was very strange in that district that we're paired up with, for sure, because, Laurel takes a pretty good beating from Wayne County a week ago and
turns
then
around
and beat the team in the lead, Gaucher. It's very strange, but what do you expect when you got 9th through 12th graders out
That's
there?
right.
You don't ever know
playing
what's going
football.
on. Yeah.
So it looks and appears that our colors will be presented. We should have some audio from inside the stadium for you to enjoy that as well. So we will take just a small break as you hear from the colors. Scott, what a fantastic,
that was
impressive performance of the national anthem. I know how difficult of a song that is to perform, but I just cannot imagine performing it by yourself with the trumpet standing in the middle of the field. But what a fantastic job and a way to get this football game kind of underway.
So any parents watching now of trumpet players in the Big Red Band, there you go.
There you go.
You need to press your kid to try to do that.
The bar has been set.
That was really, really good. Really
the bar has been set. What an awesome job. And as you can see, the Florence cheerleaders and I think some members of the dance team maybe? Out there kind of holding up that sign, making way for the guys to run out to get this football game started, what has been an interesting season for the Florence High School Eagles in that you knew the expectations coming in, and you kind of just starting to see them unfolded and the team really meet their potential as the season has gone along. Now, granted, we had some tough games in the middle of that schedule that obviously defined our football team more than some of the easier games, obviously. But now looking at the stretch of playoffs in Florence, Mississippi, knowing that that playoffs in 5A run through Florence, Mississippi, is an awesome feeling. You knew that the guys wanted to win district, and maybe they knew what was at stake and the opportunity that it would bring to Florence, to their school, to their teammates, and to the younger guys on the team of setting a new precedence here in Florence of winning football games, winning districts. First one, Scott, since 2016. Only the fourth or fifth one in
fifth or sixth, not very many.
In school history, which started playing football in 1933. So this is a rare group of individuals that we're getting to watch play football here.
I think, honestly, this team has way more potential than just district. And I think winning district is what brought Florence through those three tough games. You lost to Mendenhall, you lost to Holmes County, you lost to Hancock in heartbreaking fashion. But you look at those three games and say, you know what, ultimately, it didn't hurt us.
That's right,
It didn't hurt us. I mean, it didn't hurt anything but your feelings.
That's right,
and so, and so they focused on district. And the good thing was, and there goes Coach Davis on his jog.
Doing his pregame routine.
Every week. But it didn't hurt you, and you still had something to play for. And first couple of district games were a little bit close, and that helps. You lose some close games, and then you win some close games.
So Florence elected to receive. Obviously, that ball is bounced around and received by Titan Edmondson. So there's kind of an answer, Sam. That's a starter fielding the football on kick return. So not sure what type of unit.
Coming out.
It appears that the starters are at least going to get a drive here. I see Brian Davis. I see Xavier Quick, Xavier Smith, and Luke Reed, the quarterback, runs onto the field. So interesting development here. There are some starters out there, and this could be pairing that mental side of getting ready for a football game, letting your legs run a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I would be very surprised, no matter how this drive goes, to see those guys again.
I wouldn't expect to see them too much.
Quick carries the ball, and
you run like that.
That's right.
My goodness.
The temptation to leave him in there is not helped by a carry like that. He gets almost 10 there after catching some bodies around 5 yards into that run. He carries him to almost a first down. So due to some space difficulties here at Provine, we're actually calling this game inside of our production trailer.
So we're watching the same thing
We're watching the same thing you're watching. So we will get periodically some time updates for you. We will do our best on down and distance, because what you're seeing is exactly what we're seeing. So we're going to relay.
Should be a first down there.
We're going to relay this game to you as best as possible. And it looks like
that's going to be a first down. I mean, he got 4 or 5 yards there, so it'd be really good if the Eagles could honestly make this quick. Go down, score,
get them off the field.
Pat your starters on the head.
And, get out of there. So Reed will go under center, traditional wing style offense. Quick in motion, but he hands it off to Xavier Smith. Looks like he carries it for almost a yard and a half or so. So it is a wild development. It's interesting to see starters out there for Florence, but in some ways I like it. You want the guys to be ready to play at all times, but we have said we got to get out of this game healthy.
That's right.
Nobody wants us to be beat up and tired more than Wayne County.
That's right.
And that's just a tough football team, Scott. We were talking about how you never want to play Wayne County.
Yeah, because you never know.
You never know.
They're always going to have talent. They're always going to have good coaching. They haven't had the season that they wanted this year, but it's
then
still
again,
Wayne County, man. They still bring in those Auburn-looking uniforms. I mean, it's still the same team. And look, but I'll tell you this. After what happened to Florence last year at Wayne County, I don't know that I dislike it. I mean, you've got a little bit of bad taste in your mouth, sort of like the same bad taste they took to Natchez a few weeks ago. I mean, Natchez came into Florence last year and took away their playoff opportunity. Just beat Florence down, and all Florence had to do was win that game, and they were in it.
That's right.
Natchez took it. And so I think Coach Davis may have used that as a little push going into Natchez. Well, last year we go to Wayne County, and let's just be honest, they had Wayne County beat. They had the ball inside the 1-yard line for 4 straight plays. I believe they scored on at least 2 of them.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. But so you have a little bit of motivation for Coach to be able to say, hey, guys, look, they took something from you last year. They beat you last year.
Reed throws that ball, and Hemphill grabs it, but not much happening there on the outside part of the field. So good pursuit there by number 7 for the Rams. But, yeah, you were saying Coach has an opportunity, if he were to use that fuel, like the Natchez fuel, to use it again for the postseason against a team like Wayne County, who would love nothing more with the season that they've had to just ruin someone else's season.
That's right. Hey, look, they still have goals. I mean, all you got to do is get in. And once you get in,
the playing field's even.
Possible.
0 and 0 are the records. So
that's
good carry by Smith there. That should be good enough for to move the chains again. Now, you know, I'm just if it sounds like I'm speculating for the first time, I'm just reiterating. We're seeing exactly what you're seeing, and being on this home sideline here, it's hard to see those chains as they are moving. So we are just going to do the best that we can as far as getting you down in distance and time and things of that sort. But good news is Eagles are moving the ball here pretty well. We've run all but one play, and the one pass play that we ran kind of got blown up. But you see 2 wide receivers there just as decoys, obviously. They hand the ball off to Quick off the left side.
Fumble? No, he was down. They're going to call him down.
And I almost just tense up.
That was 4th down. Look at there. That was 4th down.
Okay, there we go. That. Yeah, so the chains are.
I didn't see that. Just saying, talking about us being here in the trailer, I just want to say this is a nice facility over here at East Field.
It is, absolutely.
It's got the turf is nice. The bleachers are nice, both sides. It's just that we're in the trailer because the press box is so high, and we couldn't get the wires up.
We couldn't get our wires up that high, and the
windows don't open,
and it's kind of tight spaces. Yeah. They got a lot of rooms up there, but the rooms are small.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't conducive for our setup. But
right, so it looks like they're gonna measure here.
It is a great facility they have over here. The field is nice. You're getting to see that at home, but just relaying to you, getting into the bleachers, pulling in, and the amount of seating for home and away, it's very nice out here. So we're going to get a measurement on this, and it looks like they are going to be just short.
About an inch short, so this going to be Provine's ball
maybe the index card, you know.
Yeah, right.
Get the index
Dallas
card.
Cowboy game, yeah.
Get the index card out, but
Okay, so this is going to be 4th down.
Right, so
okay.
That's going to set up a 4th and very, very, very short, and it looks like the offense will run back out there to try to keep those chains moving.
Yeah.
I'm glad that happened because now I have an eye for the chains. I was looking for the big orange traditional chain set.
Yeah.
They kind of have a smaller chain set. So now that what I'm looking for, I can try to better relay what the down is. But the situation right now is 4th and very, very short. I formation. Reed takes the ball, hands it to Quick, and he's going to make that look like the easiest task ever and move the chains.
In a game that doesn't matter necessarily for Florence, I know they want to win. I get it. They're competitors. The coaches are competitors. I would have loved to have seen Florence there line up and just try a long field goal, just to see what you got for maybe later.
That's right. And I would, and I'm gonna second that. Just kind of what I want to see from a game like this. Let's see right here. Let's throw the ball. Let's air the ball out. Let's
put something on film.
Let's do some things. And there's nobody in the backfield right now, so this may be something. We have seen some motion here, and that's what we're going to get. Hands it off to Quick.
Good blocking.
Hood and Gazazewski leading the way.
We're down to about the 20-yard line here. Again, I'm with you. I would love to see Florence throw it.
Yep. Put some things on film and get some confidence for some guys.
Something for Wayne County to look at.
Yep.
So
I would just like to say just a small thank you for everyone that is tuning in and watching. We appreciate you stopping in and watching this and joining in on Florence football with us. We absolutely love our Eagles.
Sling it right.
That's
here.
right. Let's
feel a throw. Here we go.
Shotgun.
Here we go.
Reed, there's a free rusher, though. He breaks through, and he's going to have to – and he just loses the football.
Got it back. Got it back.
So we got our wish. We had a free rusher coming off the left side of the line there, so Reed has to step up, and when you do, you kind of lose track of the line of scrimmage. And
you just
take it and run.
Love to have a guy like Luke Reed who can break a tackle if need be.
Yeah.
And credit to Luke there. He ended up running the ball, but if you watched his head, he never stopped looking downfield.
That's right.
But, I mean, when it just opens up, he had 5 yards, so take it.
That's right.
So let's see if
I
we
wouldn't
do
be
it
surprised
again.
if we throw the ball here quick in the backfield, maybe as a blocker this time.
Yeah, Reed's going to go.
Yep. He's wrapped up.
First down. Should be a first down there. Stopping the clock, so that would indicate first down.
Yeah, just to get those chains reset.
Oh, there we go.
Yep, that is going to be a first down for the Eagles. So
we just discovered another screen in here that we can see the yard markers a little bit better.
We are learning as we go.
Yeah.
We are learning as we go. We would love if you would just go ahead and hit that share button and let everybody know how you're watching Eagles football, and it's right here on the Eagle Sports Network. That ball is handed off, and it is handed off to Brian Davis, who has some speed to get to the outside. He's got a couple men to beat, and he won't do it, but he will get it around the 5-yard line. So almost a goal-to-go situation here for the Eagles here on the first drive. Scott, going to be hard to get used to that because the S's are really throwing me off. Scott, long drive for the offense,
like it.
and some things you like to see: converting the fourth downs, staying competitive through the whole drive. So this is tough for the Rams.
This is who Florence is.
Right.
Their goal every game is we're going to wear your defensive line out, and then we're going to win it at the end. That is the goal. That is who they are. Zay in the slot here should be interesting.
Yeah, this is a straight keeper. Reed is met instantly by the edge rusher there and brought down, maybe a gain of 1.5 yards. So that will set up, looks like, second and goal, potentially.
I like the potential when you have Zay in the slot because he's so fast and he's so big. You put a corner on him, you can't cover him. You put a linebacker on him, he's going to outrun him. So it is a mismatch with him in the slot. But again, when you can put him in the eye here, I like that too.
There's the touchdown. Yeah. So what a drive and another just patented Zay Quick touchdown of getting that long drive to start the game. You're going to get to see here on the replay. It's an I formation. Smith right in front of him, hands it off into the end zone. So 6-0 here early, pending. Looks like we're going to get a little swinging gate action here. Maybe going to run the guys back, but just trying some things out before every play matters. So they are going to run the guys back. Looks like for a traditional just point after Reed gets down for the hold. Boykin is the kicker. The snap is back and is not good. It's handled, and it looks like Reed's just going to go down. So 6-0 is the score for the Eagles after a long first drive of the football game. And as they take just a small break, so will we. We'll get right back to you from Provine with more football here on the Eagle Sports Network.
A good roof keeps the rain off, the wind out, the air in. And a great roof is the last one you'll ever need. For over 40 years, Strength Roofing and Siding has been Mississippi's leading commercial and residential roofing company. From shingles to metal roofs, we take care of what's over your home so you can take care of what's inside. Because this is more than just a roof. It's a feat of strength. Strength Roofing and Siding. Call for a free inspection and estimate today.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. Just in time to watch Boykin kick this ball off to Provine.
Oh, and he kicks it deep.
He does kick it deep. Looks like it will just spit right out of bounds. So I like it. Yeah, we haven't seen Florence kick the ball deep a lot this year. That penalty is just to kind of explain the rules a little bit. On punch, you can kick that ball out of bounds. That would be a perfect punt. Yeah. But on kickoff, got to get it to the receiver, or you got to get to it before the receiver does.
So they're going to get it at the, 35?
I think it's the 35 is where they'll start their drive. But I like it. Yeah, I like it. Just mixing it up, showing that we can kick the ball deep, adding some different things on film. So if you look, we've
got starters out there.
We do have starters out there. If you look, you'll see Devin Quick 30, Leighton Boykin 35, and Aguilar 10 right across that middle linebacker situation. So handoff here, Trip Smith, number 52, amongst others, bringing him down. So the development is we're seeing some starters, but we're still one drive in. One drive of offense, now one drive of defense.
And you see Aguilar going off. You might see that a lot.
That's right.
Coming in and out here in a minute before we make wholesale changes.
Takes a snap, looking to throw the ball. Pump fakes a couple times.
And
it hits Brian Davis in the hands. He's going to dream about that one tonight.
Because as good a runner as he is with the ball, he would have run for a while. Oh, man.
Wow.
He's smiling. You can see him smiling at the referee. He had that one.
Just a good pursuit by Davis there. That
ball
is.
Third down. So, listen, let's get off the field here, and let's see what the plan is. You'll know what the plan is if we can get off the field here and see the offense come back.
That's right.
You'll know what Florence is going to do.
Shotgun again. Lot of pursuit there. That's a screen they're trying to set up, Scott.
Good job.
He just airmails that ball. He's got a bunch of pressure in his face. Just gets rid of it. So fourth down, here it is.
Defense.
Here it is, the development.
Yeah, we'll know here in a second what the plan is if it's one drive or less.
So the punt team is on. Davis is back to receive that football. So end over end, he will try to scoop it up, but he's met immediately. But that doesn't matter with the type of agility that he has. But he's not going to be able to escape three
he is so
Ram
fun to watch with the football.
Defenders. So
let's see who comes back on the field for Florence. Looks like some starting linemen. Zaya's coming back, so we may run it again.
I'm seeing some starters.
We may run it back.
This is interesting. So now my analyst brain says we're going to get a quarter of starters. So, just keep pushing it back until maybe we get it right.
I mean, you know Coach Davis has a plan. He has a time in his head where he's going to pull them out. I don't think this is a normal game by any stretch. I think that he has a time in his mind where he says that's it, whether the game is close or not at that time.
So this is a handoff to Quick, who with a full head of steam is still running up past the 50-yard line. That'll for sure move the chains. Don't need a lot of camera shots for that. So 1st and 10 just past the 50-yard line for the Florence Eagles with the starters out there. Not trying to just keep reiterating that, but that is the biggest development of this game for Florence, because no matter what happens here tonight, we know who we're playing, we know when we're playing, and how we're playing. So Reed scrambling around, as you can see, making a couple guys miss and still running down to the 30-yard line. So
I like the idea of showing the pass. Whether he ends up throwing it or not, I like the idea of showing.
That'll move the chains as they are just pushing in closer into Ram territory, closer to the red zone. Good pursuit by the Ram defense, but a better job by Reed of just using his escapability to extend plays. As you were talking about, you love having a guy who can just miss tackles and keep the play going.
I like the play.
Little reverse there.
Good job.
Yeah,
good job to get back on it. I like it.
I like that. We haven't seen much of those misdirections yet.
Perfect time to try.
Reed looks a little gimpy there. He was, I'm not sure if it's an ankle, but you could just see him kind of.
Yeah, he's tough. He's good. He's good.
So this is a 2nd, and from what I can tell, about 2nd and 14. So that play, though it had good potential, didn't create much productivity, and neither will this one.
Slipped on that turf.
Yeah,
right,
just
turf
it's
monster got him.
It's a different beast when you're running.
It is different.
When you're running on turf.
Monster jumped up and got him.
You know, we talk a bunch about the future for Florence. That is the future for Florence home games.
That's
is
right.
running
That's
on
right.
that turf. So
that's right.
It is just a different monster.
So I like 3rd and long here. I mean, 3rd and about 15. Let's throw the ball.
Yeah, let's see if we can't get one of those big conversions over the middle of the field like we saw them do.
And if you cut it in half, you go for it.
Against South Jones, right.
You go for it.
They're going to run a defender off late, as you can see. And we're going to get a timeout here, it appears.
I think I heard the horn. I think that might be the 1st quarter.
It might be. It is the end of the 1st quarter. So a pretty fast quarter of football, but not surprising because Florence has done nothing but run the ball and run it successfully.
Perfect.
Well, as we pause, as we prepare for the 2nd quarter here at Provine, why don't we pause here together as we hear a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to Eagle football here on the Eagle Sports Network. In a 6-0 football game, the Eagles lead. We will see, this 3rd and long that we were talking about. There's trips receivers to the top of the screen with one running back in the backfield. He will take the snap and just look to pass this ball. Looks down the field, and he's got
good coverage. By 30 there.
He's got a man there. So good throw and good route there by Hemphill, but just a better job defensively. And that's going to set up a 4th and very long, about 15 to go.
I think they're going to keep Reed out there, so you're going to go for it.
It looks
might
like.
as well.
Yeah,
might
it looks
as well
like.
Go for it. You like the way your defense played on that first possession, so just go for it.
Just go for it
you never
and
know
see what
when
happens.
You might need a 4th and long later. So
That's right. This is
opportunity.
live action football here, so you're getting to do a bunch of different things that you're not used to doing.
That's right.
And these 4th and longs are fortunately not something we've been in a bunch. So maybe you have a play that you want to try here. Reed takes a long step back, and he gets it out to Davis, but he's going to be tripped up at almost the original line of scrimmage. So going to be a turnover on downs there for the Eagles, but
still a good drive. They moved the ball.
That's right. Yeah, you proved that you could run the football when you needed to. We tried some pass plays on 3rd and long, 4th and long. Let's run the defense back out there.
Tried the reverse, which I like. You know, you trying things of that nature. So you know, now's the time to do those types of things. It's a live action practice, and you like it. Let's see what Provine does here. They threw the ball 2 out of 3 times last time.
They did, yeah. Almost intercepted on one of those. The other one just airmailed on the screen. So, and this looks like it will be a timeout by Provine. Just couldn't get the play that they wanted together. So as we pause here, let's just talk a little bit more about these playoff scenarios. We were in the office through the week kind of talking about some football, and it appears that the way that everything we thought it would go, it went the opposite. So we talked a little bit about Gaucher being undefeated in their region. Looked like they had their district on lock because they were facing a Laurel team who had just gotten embarrassed by Wayne County. But if you look at Laurel's schedule, they've played some really good teams really well. You thought maybe, with this Wayne County loss, Gaucher will just handle them. No, that was the opposite of what happened. Laurel wins that football game. Then you look at Wayne County, who beats Laurel. They drop a football game to Van Cleve, and they end up –
good pursuit, great tackle.
They end up swapping spots in seeding, so Van Cleve goes to 3. And then you look at Wayne County, who lost a game earlier in the year to Stone. Stone playing South Jones had a potential to just lock up the 4th spot. They drop a game to East Central, who was defeated in district play. Just a whole mix-up.
It's crazy. It's crazy on that side. But, I like the idea of not having to see Laurel till the South State.
Good throw and catch there.
Because Laurel's going to come, and they're a good, tough team. We played them the last 2 years in district. So I like the idea of not having to see them till later. And, hey, listen, doesn't matter who we play, they got to come see us.
That's right,
That is a great advantage because you know that Florence is going to have a great home crowd.
Yes.
It's nice to not have to pack up all your stuff and travel. You just can't beat it, and it sets up really well for Florence going forward.
As you can see, that was a nice pitch and catch. It sets up a first down for the Rams. They're going to hand the ball off. Good full speed ahead. Gets about 6 or 7 on that carry, so it'll be second short. But on our end of things, it was a pretty simple week as far as playoff scenarios. You look, Florence had won the district last week with the win over South Jones. And then we assumed that Brookhaven would go ahead and lock up that 2 spot. That's exactly what happened. They played a competitive football game with Natchez until about the 3rd quarter. They eventually pulled away. So that's your 2 seed on our side. Natchez ends up getting the 3 seed. Now the 4 seed is what's in play here tonight.
Correct.
So Provine is kind of vying for that because who was it? Remind me. North Pike. North Pike lost a football game yesterday that would have potentially sealed them a playoff spot. So now the fate of North Pike rests here at Provine. So,
correct. So North Pike is some huge Florence Eagle fans right now, along with all y'all watching. So
that's right. So
they are wearing their red and black tonight, wanting us to win this football game for sure.
Yeah, I know that they hate that they didn't get the job done. Yeah. Scott, we've really played some competitive district games aside from that South Jones football game this year. We really Brookhaven played us well. I thought that Natchez and North Pike, not just worried about the final score, but at moments in the game played us really well. So I'm just glad we're sitting on top of the perch looking back because it's just wow. Yeah, just the first drive, it looked as if that we were going to see some shaky throws. This drive has been completely different.
He's got a good arm, made a good throw, and a good catch by the receiver.
For Provine, he is really standing in strong and making some good, strong. It's the power on the throws that's impressing me here early, and the zip that he has on the ball.
The offensive line's doing a better job of blocking this time around as well. We got some pressure and forced him into some bad throws earlier, and this time we're not quite getting the pressure to force those bad throws.
So Provine knocking on the door of the red zone here. He kind of fakes an option to the running back, keeps it himself, and runs it for looks like a gain of just a couple of yards. So they're throwing a bunch of different things at us now. We talked about how predictable the first drive was. They threw it 2 out of 3 times. They didn't run the ball very well on the 1 carry. Well, now they're mixing some things in, some play action, some options, some RPOs. So, yeah, I think Coach Davis this is his starters he's talking to here. So, the word may be, if I'm going to play you,
that's right.
Show me something. Show me something.
This is their head in it. And I don't blame him. So hopefully they'll toughen up here and see.
So I've just kind of glanced out of the corner of my eye. Somebody asked, how many seniors do we have this year? The answer is a lot. A lot of seniors. We had senior night last week. I think there's got to be
exact number.
14, 15 guys on this football team that are within their last couple of high school football games ever, including the whole starting offensive line, the quarterback, running back, Titan Edmondson.
Yep.
And a plethora of guys on the defensive side of the ball, like Ronnie Aguilar, Leighton Boykin.
That's right.
Devin Lewis.
But look,
the list goes on and on.
But here's the thing. It's a 5A school. You're going to have a lot. I know we've got some kids over there itching and ready for their chance, and next year we're gonna see them. We may see them later on tonight, but we're going to see them next year, and I know they're all excited about playing.
They're going to get a pass interference here, maybe a hold if they thought it was prior to the pass, but regardless, it's going to be a first down for Provine. Hemphill just locking that receiver up. I didn't think the pass warranted that, but I did see a bunch of contact at the top of that route. So
maybe, they're going to say
it's going to be
a hold.
Yeah, prior. It doesn't matter if it's catchable or not. So prior to the pass, they said Hemphill wasn't allowing the receiver room to kind of run his route. So that's going to be the call. I know that, Scott, you may know this better than me. I know in college and NFL that's an automatic first down, 5-yard penalty. I'm not sure high school rules quite yet.
No.
But regardless.
Let's see. It's going to be up at about the 12-yard line. They have not moved the chains, you can see.
Yeah.
So
that's going to be
second down and short.
And very short. So not an automatic first down, maybe just the 5-yard penalty. Well,
they're going to move it up even more. So it may not be automatic, but the yardage seemed to have given it to them.
That's right. So
I don't
going to set up a goal-to-go situation here. They're going to drop those chains. So first and goal is the situation for Provine. Just to remind you again, when we're on away teams, we're not able to hook up to their scoreboard, so we're missing some things that we would traditionally have. You're going to see a touchdown here for Provine. That's a good run, getting on the edge there. So you're going to see some things that we typically have absent during our road games, like the clock. Those are things that we're working out for the future. We don't want to have to miss out on those things for away games, but just this is our first year. So some of these things that we're still ironing out, and we would love for you to be a part of our team. So if you're interested in being a sponsor for Eagle Sports Network, you can reach out to our Facebook page.
Looks to be about
and get you going.
7:27 to go in the half right here. So,
yep, that'll tie the football game up at 6 apiece. Pending this extra point, the Rams could take the lead here. Kick is up, and it is through. So Provine will take the lead 7-6. I'm assuming that we will see the starters run back out in a game that you're now not in control of. And we're going to take just a small break. We'll get all of that to you right after this.
ESISupply.net.
It's not if you're going to have a spill at your business or workplace, it's when.
ESISupply.net.
Exorbitant pads by the bundle or roll.
ESISupply.net.
Sockneck boom products, oil gator, oil dry, spill kits, and much more.
ESISupply.net.
Take it from Scary Gary.
If it can spill, it's gonna.
ESI Supply, 601-933-4910. That's 601-933-4910 or online at
ESISupply.net.
Welcome back to Eagles football here on the Eagle Sports Network. The situation is about 7.5 to go in the first half of this football game. Here in just a moment, I think we can get it changed to the second quarter. It is the second quarter of this football game. So the development is we have seen starters on both sides of the football.
That's RJ.
We have also just seen a Provine team that looks like they're playing for something, and that's what we expected coming in.
Yeah,
we said that there was a chance that our guys would kind of be back on their heels with the comfort of knowing the situation. We keep saying we know our situation. Well, right now, it looks like we know our situation.
But here's the thing. Knowing the way these Florence Eagles have played all year, they're not going to take well to being down. I would be shocked if you don't see a hard-nosed drive right here.
That's right. Getting back to what we do, running the football, moving the chains a whole bunch on one drive. Under center, you'll see Reed step back, hand that ball off to Davis, who has proven he's got some speed as well. Looks like he'll get about 4 or 5 yards. And it looks like Zay is
he's not in right now.
It looks like he's done.
I'll tell you what, I love giving the ball to Brian Davis.
I do too.
Yeah, when he has the football in his hand, man, anything can happen, and you just love it. Looks like they're going to put him at tailback right here.
Yep, that I formation. Got Xavier Smith right there in the middle. Reed takes the snap. He'll hand it to the up back Smith.
Good run. Looks like going to be close to a first down.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd down, partner.
Really?
Yep.
Again, we cannot see the yard marker. It just you have.
We're just throwing it up and hoping.
I'm looking on other screens trying to see what I can see, and it looked like they were going to move, but they didn't. So it looks to be 3rd and about 5
to go. So a healthy distance to go for the Eagles to continue this drive. They're going to do it out of the shotgun. He takes a snap. He's looking to his left. He'll throw it to his left. It's short to Davis, using his speed to get to the outside. And it looks like he gets to about the 38, 37-yard line, right at the chains.
Might be a little short, but you like
Yep, they're going to move the chain. So what an awesome job by our camera crew, too, as well, getting us shots that we just can't see from inside this trailer. Because without them, we would just be sitting in a trailer that was graciously donated to us by Alpha down in Pearl. So we would just be staring at these empty monitors. So good job by our camera crew getting us that shot there. Shotgun again. That's Smith to the left of Reed. And he'll get the football. He's got a guy out in front of him. He outruns that guy, runs through a bunch of guys, and just carries the football.
Again, you had to think, man, Florence is going to come out here and say, we don't like being behind. We don't care that we don't have anything to play for. We don't care. We want to win a football game. And
watch
that right
this.
There shows you.
Look, he's like, okay, 57.
Football game.
And he gives him a little shove, but he didn't need it. Smith with a full head of steam.
Great job.
Moves those chains. What a great job.
All right, now we got Caden Rockingham over here on near side. He's going to go in motion.
He played a fantastic game against South Jones. He got good carries in that second half of a game that we were in control of and proved it worthy. Reed with another good run. Looks like he's going to be just short. Maybe 2nd and 1 to go here.
Rockingham is one of those guys that we talked about that is not a senior who you're going to rely on next year.
That's right,
so getting him in for a lot of the game at South Jones is a benefit. Getting him in early tonight when the game's in doubt and you know Provine's playing hard, man, you cannot emphasize enough how much experience counts. Next year you got Caden Rockingham, and he's a game ahead.
He is a game ahead. He's a game and a half ahead now, thankfully, because of Florence taking care of things. A good, hard run by Smith, just saying, come on, guys.
2-yard line. That's a great run. Hey, listen, and good blocking. I mean, they seal that edge. I mean, look how long it was before anybody jumped on him.
Yeah, watch this. He's got big guys out in front of him. He's outrunning guys.
Got him a little bit, but not much. I mean, he's 10 yards down the field before anybody really had any prayer of tackling him. I mean, good blocking by that offensive line.
You cannot say enough about the running back room for Florence and the passion that they run with. Yep. I say that all the time about Zay running backwards, running sideways, just wanting to gain yards. You see that from Brian Davis. You see that from Xavier Smith, Rockingham. These guys want to run the football, and they love their O-line and getting behind them and running.
I was going to say, I thought Titan had the ball. I was going to say, there's another one that runs hard.
That's right, yeah. Those sweeps to Edmondson are just patented Florence football.
Good things happen when Edmondson has the ball.
Yes.
They just do. Almost every time when he gets his hands on the football, whether it's a handoff, whether it's a pass, something good's going to happen. I mean, he is just a good football player.
Florence will break the huddle. 3 minutes.
About 3:10 to go. Looks like it's a little short of a first down here.
That
Another
handoff
run.
goes
Man, look at him running hard.
to
Be
Smith
close.
again.
Seven's a little slow getting up for Provine. He's okay. All right, so they're going to wind the clock. They're going to give us the first down. I can actually see them moving.
It's
this
not
time.
quite a goal-to-go situation
see
here.
them
We're right
moving.
outside of the 10-yard line, so not going to get to that goal-to-go situation until the 2-yard line. So we will see Florence have to maybe move the chains potentially a couple or one more time to get into the end zone, or we can just go ahead and punch it in right here. It's been a good drive, Scott. We talked about getting back to characteristic football, running the football hard. You got him across the middle and just out of reach. But, hey, number 30 again for Provine. We called his name on the route to Hempfield that he broke up. Those are good passes. They got good zip on them, good routes. But that defense is the difference right now by number 30 on the Rams.
Player. But, again, I think Florence just keep trying.
That's right.
Just keep throwing it. You're good. You want to be comfortable throwing it. And we know Reed can, but the more you do it, the better.
That's right. Looks like it's going to be a handoff to Smith. He's waiting on his blockers. He's patient. He's waiting. And he's going to drive till about the 6-yard line. So a third down and goal, or third down and about 2 to go.
No, it's going to be about 3rd and 6. It's a 3rd and long.
Is it?
Yeah. They're about the 8-yard line.
So
they need to get to about the 2.5 for the first down. So, yeah.
Yep, you see that shot right there. Those D linemen are just on their knees.
That's Florence.
This is
That
two
is Florence
long football drives that Florence have been able to pull off here without the obscure drive that happened in between on
That is
getting the ball.
Florence Eagle football. That is what they are here to do.
Reed on the keeper.
Should be a first down.
Should be enough. At least it's going to get you in a situation where you'll go for it.
Yeah, that's what
they're going to drop the chains and give the first and goal here. So
that's what Florence shows up to do every game. They say, listen, we believe our offensive line is better than your defensive line.
That's right.
We believe our offensive line is in better shape than your defensive line. And if you can prove they're not, go for it.
That's right. I would love to see a tough run by Smith here, or maybe one of a misdirection to Rockingham.
Needs to finish this off. He does so well. Let's finish it off with a touchdown right here.
Reed takes the snap, and he's going to keep it. He's going to
barrel
himself into the end zone.
Good drive
for a
Eagles.
touchdown.
That's tough, man. They gave up the lead, and they just came out and said, nope, we don't like that. We're gonna take the lead back from you. I mean, much credit to them.
Yep, you'll see
that's
here.
An offensive line drive right there. See him reaching the ball.
Yep, you'll see there, thanks to our replay team, you'll see Reed kind of barrel through that defensive line. And
they might go for 2.
Yeah, I was going to mention going back to you do things you wouldn't normally do. Right here, every point matters, but in this game, you want to experiment. You want to try your 2-point plays. You want to try, because you're going to need those in your pocket in the playoffs. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, penalty is maybe a delay.
It's going to be a procedure penalty. That does change things a little bit, but you don't mind running a 2-point play from back here as well.
No,
it just adds to the situational football. So I would see Reed get the call here, run back out, try to punch this ball in, and a non-traditional 2-point conversion. Maybe pass that ball, play action. Look for those routes across the middle that you've had. Just try to be a little more timing on them. And this is good when you have the lead in 12-7 here after that score by Reed. So he'll take the snap. He'll roll to his right. He's looking to his right. He throws to his right. And that ball is intercepted. And even if he stays in bounds, that ball cannot be returned in high school football. So just a turnover on the 2-point conversion.
No good.
Right there, just no good. So 12-7 is the score. We are out here at Provine trying to wrap up the regular season as we look forward to playoff football. Well, we'll get you the rest of this first half when we return on the Eagle Sports Network.
We're going to be late. No school. No
When your garage door breaks, you don't just need fast, you need super fast. Call today and we'll send a certified garage technician to your home. Quality repairs done so fast, it's like nothing ever happened.
They're not fast, they're super fast.
Call today and we're on the way.
Welcome back to Eagle Football here on the Eagle Sports Network. Just in time to watch Hayden Boykin boot this football, and it's touch and handled, so it's got to be returned. He's moving towards our side. Going to be pursued and wrapped up.
Very good. Very good. That's what you like to see.
So that's one of those plays, Scott, where you do pooch it, but not with the intent of getting the football per se, but pinning them deep without the return possibility.
Right.
So
and the turf changes everything.
It does.
When you kick the ball the way Florence does, they do the squib kicks, they do these short kicks. They want that ball to bounce in a weird direction to give them the opportunity to get it. It does that on grass some, but man, on this turf and next year when they do
ball
that on
moving
that turf,
so fast.
you don't know where that thing's going to go. I mean, that's ideal.
So you'll see after a great drive by the Rams, you see them take the ball again here from the 15, and a handoff that's just not going anywhere out of that shotgun formation without the pass game help. We did see them run that some, but when they were effectively moving the ball through the air.
Yeah. I would suspect that they will throw the ball here. We'll see if they can block it. That was the key. They were blocking it. We weren't getting pressure.
He's going to pump that short route. He's going to look for it deep, and he just kind of, and Brian Davis with a second opportunity.
That's great.
But to just get that ball to the turf is a win.
That is knowing how to play football. He was playing out there at that safety, just waiting for something to come up, and he played it perfect. You cannot play that any better, and that's just knowing football. He didn't get, seduced by the pump fake. He said, I'm just going to play back here, and look what he did. And again, Provine's living on the edge. If he ever gets his hands on one of those, I don't know what to tell you. Well, stop it.
Like a procedure penalty here. This looks like it's going to be an offside. Yeah.
But Provine's they're living on the edge. Brian's got his hands on it twice. So 15 seconds to go in the half. So Provine might go deep a few times. I see Florence's, I was noticing without seeing what the time was, Florence's linebackers playing way back, and I was wondering why, but I get it now. So they're going to back up. So you give them our corner.
Oh, that's a bad snap. Oh, and it's loose.
Pick it up.
And that's going to be a chance right there, Scott.
Yeah.
That ball's going to stop upon possession at the 3-yard line. So
scoop that and score, though. But we like the chance. Let's get them in there and let's score right here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
What's the time? How many? Do we have time to run a play?
Yeah, so you see that snap's just not very good. He does the right thing by trying to jump on that football.
Being told there's 7 seconds. It might be enough for one play. You've got timeouts. Run the play. Run a pass play. But I think Florence has got timeouts. I'd try to run it in right here, call a timeout. If you can't, you take the free 3 points. I mean, it's
they're going to hurry up here. They're running the defender off late. They look kind of confused.
We got 7 seconds, so
I think Provine's going to take a timeout here. They just were confused. That's a Provine timeout. So they were just confused from the get-go, trying to run a guy off late, trying to communicate the play. And what a job by Florence to jump on that football. We saw how difficult it is to jump on a moving football back to the turf. You never know what's going to happen when you put pressure on that football.
That's right.
It just kind of squirts out from him. Florence jumps on it. Now we got a chance to do something.
We will get used to in the coming years. But yeah, if you're Florence here, 7 seconds. What is your play call? I mean, do you try to throw a quick slant? Do you run it until you're running back? As soon as you can't go anywhere, get down and call timeout. What do you run here?
It's interesting because, our pass plays at this are long developing. They're rolling out to the right. So you're still looking at maybe one shot here.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're the running back, if you are a running back here, you get down. You don't try to fight a whole lot unless you can get in. you do. If you got a clean shot to the end zone, you get it. But at some point, you got to get down pretty quick if you can't get there, so we can get the timeout. So we'll see what we do right here. I'd love to see Smith finish off a drive here.
So
he was so good the last drive.
2 wideouts to the left. That's Edmondson right on the edge. Takes the snap. It's a play action.
There it is.
And Edmondson's open, and he
Great
catches it in the end zone. So
Florence Eagles.
it was play
And I
action.
just heard the buzzer, so that did it for the half.
That did it for the half. So
that was such a great play call. Provine was waiting on that run. They were waiting for that handoff. They just knew Smith was going to get it.
I love
and here they came.
this.
They
you
just knew he
had
was
talked
gonna
about
get it.
you had talked about
Beautiful.
Smith running the ball so well. They were thinking he's been
They
running
knew
the ball
it. They
so
just
well.
knew it.
And even number 30, who's had a fantastic half of football for Provine.
Well, and he was going to have more fantastic half because in his mind he was going to stop Smith from scoring right there. And he just bit.
They're going to go for
we're
2.
Go for 2 again. I like it. Run plays. You're not out anything. And it's free points. Anything you get here is free. There's Smith. He's
They will hand it off, and he's into the end zone. So 20-7 is the score at the half in a football game where we saw starters the whole first half.
For the most part, we got Savian out of there.
Yeah, for the most part. And a good half.
Great half.
You allowed one drive defensively where Provine looked really good, but for the most part, you ran the football. And Scott, this is what won us the Brookhaven game. We controlled the clock. That is what Florence does the best.
That's what they do.
And speaking of clocks and time, we're going to take just a small timeout so that you can hear a word from our sponsors. We have enjoyed bringing you the first half of football here in the last regular season game, and we will get you the rest of this football game right after this.
ESISupply.net.
It's not if you're going to have a spill at your business or workplace, it's when.
ESISupply.net.
Exorbitant pads by the bundle or roll.
ESISupply.net.
Sockneck boom products, oil gator, oil dry, spill kits, and much more.
ESISupply.net.
Take it from Scary Gary.
If it can spill, it's gonna.
ESI Supply, 601-933-4910. That's 601-933-4910 or online at
ESISupply.net.
A good roof keeps the rain off, the wind out, the air in. And a great roof is the last one you'll ever need. For over 40 years, Strength Roofing and Siding has been Mississippi's leading commercial and residential roofing company. From shingles to metal roofs, we take care of what's over your home so you can take care of what's inside. Because this is more than just a roof, it's a feat of strength. Strength Roofing and Siding. Call for a free inspection and estimate today.
Come on, we're gonna be late.
No school. No
When your
school.
garage door breaks, you don't just need fast, you need super fast. Call today and we'll send a certified garage technician to your home. Quality repairs done so fast, it's like nothing ever happened.
They're not fast. They're super fast.
Call today and we're on the way.
check, mic check. Test it, test it, test it.
Break it up. We didn't know who you were talking to.
All things are working for my good. Yeah, he's intentional, never failing. I know that I'll.
Test it, test it. Mic check, mic check. Test it, test it. Mic check, mic check.
Welcome back to Eagle Sports Network for the second half of the final regular season game for the Florence Eagles against the Provine Rams, which they lead Provine 20-7 as we approach this third quarter of play. Scott, it was an interesting first half where we saw the starters play the entirety of the half, besides Zay Quick missing that last drive. But it was a good half for Florence. It was we kind of mentioned that coming out of that first half. It was a good half. We controlled the clock. We really played football the way we wanted to play football. We saw the defense kind of get a little lax there on one drive, but that's also credit to Provine. They put together a good drive and ultimately punched that ball in to the end zone. But in the first half, we saw rushing touchdowns by Luke Reed and Xavion Quick, and we also saw a passing touchdown to Titan Edmondson. So Florence proving that they can put the ball in the end zone multiple different ways.
Right.
Now
Scored 3 out of 4 drives. One of them, granted, was a 4-yard drive at the end of the half. But Florence, they were down. They went down 7-6, and then took a long drive to go up 12-7, and then Provine mistakes, and we capitalized on it. And that's what you want to do: capitalize on their mistakes and scored on the last play of the half. And it was a typical Florence Eagle first half. We're going to line up. Our offensive line is going to punch your defensive line in the face, and we're gonna see if you like it or not. And,
that's right.
And if you saw on some of the videos where we had some of our sideline shots and end zone shots, Provine toward the end of that half, their defensive line is on their knees.
That's right. They're gassed.
They've got their hands on their hips, and Coach Rod Davis, when he sees that, man, it makes him smile.
That's right.
That is the game he wants to play. We're gonna put it in a phone booth, and we think we're better than you are. And in the first half, Florence was, and hopefully we can keep it up and finish this regular season on a good note. The clock's about to go to 0, so each team will go to the sidelines, and we will be kicking off, which is sort of funny. Score on the last play of the half, and we kick it off. So I mean, it's almost like the coin toss really.
Never happened. Right.
It didn't really matter. But I tell you what, though, it really would have been bad on Provine if they had turned the ball over there. We score on the last play, and they have to kick to us. That would have been really rough, because I do believe Florence would have come out and just run right at them again. And I don't think Provine wants that early in this second half. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how Florence kicks off. They've kicked a couple of them deep, which is different from what they've been doing this season. And so it'll be interesting. I would not be shocked to see Florence lay the ball on the ground right here and try to hit number 36 or 49 between the 3 and the 6 and the 4 and the 9 and see if they can recover one. So we'll see what he's going to do. We don't ever know.
Does have the tee out there.
Looks like they're going to kick it. I like it, but yeah, a couple of times this year they've gone those up and just kicked it right at it, and it's hard to catch when it's 10 yards away. So they looks like they're going to kick here, but yeah.
And even now, you can see some different numbers out there. Boykin is your traditional kicker. But you can see Rockingham out there. You can see number 14, Lane Stewart out there. Number 18, Dalton Phillips out there. Number 26, Austin Rayner.
43, Hunter Smith's out there. And it's a little pooch kick.
It's going to be fielded pretty cleanly.
Good coverage by the Eagles. Good
about
job.
The 36 is where this first drive will start for them. And you can see different guys running out there. And this is, kind of a wholesale change here for the defense. You see RJ coming out. Number 36, Brake Gordon, the senior, who
25-12
recovered an onside kick last week on senior night. Number 18, Dalton Phillips, stays out there. 14, Lane Stewart, stays out there. So experience, Scott. This was something that we were talking about at the half, something that getting these guys in does is creates real-time moment in a game that matters for the team that you're playing against.
That is exactly right. I mean, this is invaluable for these guys that are playing here right now. You are playing a district game on the road against a team that has something to play for. You're not playing a lame duck team that's just trying to get the season over with. They're playing for something. So next year, when you're relying on these kids that are out there now, they're not wide-eyed next year.
That's right.
Let them be wide-eyed right now.
They've seen the game. So, they've seen the game experience.
Hey, listen, but on those first 2 plays, I'll take wide-eyed. I mean, those are 2 really good plays by the Florence defensive line right there. So 3rd and long.
That was number 25, Tyquan Crosby, making that tackle there among a host of other Eagles.
67, Cade Seals in there. He played a lot last week too. Cade did.
Yeah.
So here we go, 3rd and long. They're going to throw it. Cade just got held there, but hey, whatever.
Good pursuit by the defense and a great throw and catch. Just right over the left shoulder of Stewart there. Good concentration by the wide receiver for the Rams to haul that ball in just outside the 30-yard line. And a kind of a big gainer there after not getting much on the first couple of plays.
Yeah, that's a good throw. I mean, sometimes the other team just makes a play.
That's right.
There's nothing you can do about it.
He was there. It was good coverage.
14 was there. He had the coverage. It was fine. Sometimes the other guy just makes a play, and then they did, and you just tip your hat to him, and then you just line up and let's play some more. Good job. Good job. Cade Smith gets in there.
Shoemate on the carry.
Yep, good job by Seals, number 67, coming off the edge.
That's a good play.
That's 2 times. You had mentioned he had gotten held on the play before.
I believe on that pass. He had beaten the guy around
another
the
good
edge.
pursuit there by Seals. So you like what you see.
Well, and he's got good size. I mean, he looks really quick. I mean, he seems to be running by 78 when 78 doesn't grab him. He seems to just run right past him, and he's using his hands really well. I mean,
wow, what a good pitch and catch touchdown there by the Rams. A nice, easy throw by the quarterback. He made that look like he's done it 1,000 times. Our corners just beat over the top there, and he makes the easy play. So a touchdown to start this, but really just the tale of 2 plays there for the Rams.
That's right.
The big gainer over the middle, and then the big over-the-shoulder touchdown. So,
well, if you want to take something positive from that for Florence, you're playing a bunch of subs. Their defensive line played really well in that drive. When Provine tried to run the ball, they did not have a lot of success. And so kudos to that defensive line, and we look forward to them playing the rest of the night and making some big plays along the way. So here we go on the extra point. And he missed that extra point, so it's going to be 20-13 here.
20-13 is the score. As it holds a kind of a quick drive there for Provine because of those two big plays.
Yep.
So now we'll get to see kind of a similar situation happen here on offense. Some guys come in, getting valuable snaps, valuable yards, valuable tackles and plays and taking hits. And against a team in Provine that it just cannot be stated enough, if they win, they're playing next week. If they lose, according to the information, you look at it the way that it is, and you would think with the tiebreakers with North Pike and losing the game and them winning, that this could put them in potentially. So,
and they know that. That's not something that they don't know. They know that, and that. I just believe that's why we thought it was so important to discuss who was going to be in the game and win, because these kids that are in the game right now, you are going to need them next year.
Right.
And every second that you can put them on the field and every second that they can play against a team playing hard and playing for something helps you next season.
Wow, what a nightmare
he
there.
Got back to it. I think Caden got back on it. Again, that's that turf.
That's right.
It took a weird hop and he
you
kicked
could see it looked
weird
like
kick.
right there before the back receiver, somebody got a hand on it, made that ball live. Everything changes then. It's been touched. You're trying to get on it. I think he just boots it with his toes. Luckily, able to recover that one and get back on it. So you're going to see, you're going to see some familiar names playing both sides of the ball as well. That's Lane Stewart, number 14, getting back in there. That's RJ.
RJ is going to play fullback, play that running back position. I'd like to see Kane throw the ball some. Saw him throw that ball against Natchez on that fake punt. There goes RJ around the edge.
Wow, good, strong run. That's going to be up past the first down marker, right around the 40-yard line.
That's a great run. And again, the blocking of that offensive line, that is our second-string offensive line. And, man, they just push those guys, which it makes you feel really good when we talked earlier about having 5 senior offensive linemen. Now you have this second-team offensive line, and they're pushing, or they did on that play, pushed the starting defensive line for Provine. So good on them, and here we go again.
Yeah,
well, another good hole, about a 4-yard
gain. So
I'll take that. And so I think you're going to see this a lot out of Florence in this second half, because they want to run that clock too.
Oh yeah, no, this is It is a one-score game, 20-13. So that puts it at that 7-point deficit. But at the same time, you just want to get out of here healthy. That's kind of the objective. Valuable minutes, get out of here healthy. Offense proved their point that they could go out there and do what they needed to do. This is Rockingham moving to the right side, not going to gain much, maybe a half a yard. That'll sit up third and about 8. And this is a situation where we could see Kane throw the ball. So
might see him throw the ball. But listen, Rockingham's got speed. RJ's made 2 good runs. You can see him run that same tight end-around play right there. He ran to Rockingham to the wide side. And if Caden can get the corner, he can get that first down. So it'll be interesting to see what the play call is here by the Eagles. Wouldn't mind seeing him throw it to RJ because I don't think they have a cornerback that wants to tackle him.
No, absolutely.
So it would be interesting to see if they, get him out in the flat.
His shotgun, they're going to move Rockingham over there, and they're going to take a timeout. I think just some confusion happening there. Those are young kids kind of trying to get that play developed, get them out there, get it going. And as they take just a small break and as the offense kind of gets their I's dotted and their T's crossed, we will take a small break so you can hear from our sponsors. Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. It is third down, shotgun formation, and a handoff to RJ. He's going to take it, run straight through a defender, but that's not going to be enough to move the chains, but it does set up about a 4th and 4, 4th and 5 situation.
Interesting to see what Florence does here. See if they go for it.
Yeah, it looks like the offense has no indication of getting off the field.
Never even thought about it. I don't blame them. Let's go. Well, Kane's running to the sideline here. Could be one of these crazy trick plays.
He's off to the side. Now, the only situation is coach is on the field talking to Kane. So he's going to run him back out there.
Kane's going to back up and kick it.
Yeah. Looks like it will be a punting situation. RJ's going to kick it.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Again, you love it. You love to see stuff like that. Just put it on film. I mean,
right.
Why not? Why not?
Interesting. Kind of had my brain doing all kind of different research and predictions, but I don't think I had that on my bingo card,
no.
Scott. I didn't
snap it to the up man and let him kick it.
Let him kick it right there. Kind of giving the O lineman there a haircut right over the top top of their helmet. So that does flip the field, though. It's not a long punt, but it does give your defense a chance to kind of start on their territory and create some penetration and stop the ball from moving forward. So you will see this shotgun again for Provine. It's worked for him. He takes the snap, and he will hand it off, and he's got a good speed ahead. He runs into his blocker, but then kind of reassesses things and eventually gets about 11 to go. Scott, I thought he had a little more if he would have just kept running the ball, but he just kept taking that step back and reevaluating. But he had blockers, so he's just waiting on that play to develop, and overall a good play for Provine.
Yeah. I was noticing there, I thought there might have been a penalty right there at the end. I think there's been one penalty this game. Very, very clean play.
I know we had an offsides penalty and a delay of game. So
so maybe that was it. I mean, that is
and the holding
very,
on Aiden. So a bunch of procedure, 5-yard small penalties, but wow, he's going to sling the football again, and he is burned again, but does a good job.
Good play, 81.
That's a good job by Tristan McAlpin. He did that last week. We did see him make a play similar to that last week where he is beat over the top, but he knows his awareness of the field to camp under the ball and just not get greedy. Don't try to catch it. Just swat it to the ground.
Great job.
Great job there by McAlpin to make sure that doesn't turn into a big play, which Provine's proven they can make that happen. Second down and about 10 to go. The handoff is to number 30. We've called his name a couple of times on the defensive side of the ball.
He's their guy. He's played well tonight.
So about a 5-yard carry. That'll set up a 3rd and 5 situation at about the 50-yard line.
You got to stop them twice if you're Florence here. There's no.
Oh yeah, they're going.
I would be shocked if they punted it. If they don't get it here.
I would love to see these young guys on a 4th down to go, kind of pin their ears back and make a play happen with a chance to get off the field. Shotgun again, takes the snap, looking to his right, throwing to his right. He's got a man, and ball's just thrown a little bit high. He couldn't control it. So here is that 4th down situation that we were talking about, assuming.
It looks like about 4th and about 6. We can see the chains. So 4th and about 6. I would suspect that you will see Provine run us play very similar to the one that they just ran.
Yeah, you had the man there.
Had him.
There's not much to not like about that play. So,
but you never know. Some of these coaches like to call fades in this situation, which I don't really understand. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. You figure they're gonna throw it here.
Looks like Florence is gonna bring 3 here and drop into some zone coverage. Well, they actually end up bringing 4. None of them get there. He's got a man underneath number 7. He's trying to – that's very close. That's going to depend on the spot.
First down and
then he started running kind of laterally along the field.
Be very close.
Oh,
he's going to –
I think he's clearing the traffic. He's going to look down the line.
Coaches seem to think that they seem
they're going to measure it.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Florence is pointing one way. Yeah.
Bring out the index card because this one's going to be close too.
It is going to be close, which is interesting. This is the very similar situation I was talking about with the running back earlier of just getting up the field, of using the space that's ahead of you, knowing the situation. Instead, the receiver catches a ball with 4 or 5 yards of cushion in front of him, moves down the side. He ends up getting the first down anyways, But wow, what an almost a costly mistake almost there by number 7, who had some yards in front of him. You'd love to see, and I'm sure that's going to be a film conversation. If Provine wins this game moving forward.
And it's also another situation where you don't have to score every time you touch the ball. Sometimes it's okay to catch the ball, take a step, and go down, out of bounds, get your first down, live to fight another day. Don't try to make too much happen because you might mess up. You might fumble. You might,
So that does reset the chains at about the 39-yard line, moving towards the end zone, which they would score at. That's a good carry by number 4. He's off to the races. Number 18 is the only one that's got a chance to stop him, and he'll score. And pending a point after will tie the football game here in the 3rd quarter of action. So Provine continuing to show fight in many different ways, passing the football, running the football. And he goes untouched about 39 yards to the end zone. So Florence, second team here, looking to make something happen as far as making this game, keeping this game competitive, might I say.
Looks like they're going to go for
No, they're going to line up the point after.
2 here.
30 runs on. Can't tell. Looks like he's calling a timeout. He's calling a timeout.
Some confusion there. I think they were going to line up and go for 2. So we'll see.
They did miss the point after.
They did
on the previous.
But again, but they made the first one. So I mean, I don't know.
So in a game, interesting. In a game in which we are assuming, with our knowledge, Provine needs to win. They want to go ahead and try to take the lead here with over a quarter to play. So
5:27. About 5:27 in the second half. I mean, in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah. So if you're just joining us, the situation is Florence is set in stone for next week in a matchup against Wayne County. So health and getting our starters to that week healthy is the main goal, it appears, from the early signs of our coaching staff in the second half. So you will see a 2-point play that is successful. So 21-20 is the score for the Rams.
With 5:27 to go in the 3rd.
5:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. So look.
Yeah, it's not time to press the panic button.
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, it really doesn't. But I really believe that this second-string Florence offense can move the football. And so it'll be interesting to see. We get some good runs. Our offensive line get up there, and we'll see what happens.
Waiting the kickoff. Florence will get the ball here in the later minutes of this third quarter. In a first half of football in which Florence was leading 20-7 coming out, and this quick strike offense for the Rams against the second, third, or just the subs of Florence has really turned the football game around.
Rod Davis Jr. with a big run.
That's a good
Man,
carry,
listen,
and
he's a
you
good
talk
football player.
about trying to set up an offense that doesn't have a lot of plays up under their belt together. Starting at the 42 is a good way.
It is, and listen,
To the 40-yard line.
Rod Davis Jr. next year could
with
be
the stop for the Rams.
your Xavier. He could be your big running
He's a
back.
guy
He's
who
a
is
guy
physical,
that's athletic
who
and physical
can
and
take
get
some
ready to play.
hits.
So,
Yeah,
so there's your guy. This is what you're looking at. A lot of these guys you're going to be relying on next year. Kane Ashley, RJ, you're going to Cade Rockingham again. Same thing, and so you just can't beat experience, and that's what these guys are getting. So I'd really love to see Florence throw the ball here. I just to see what happens. It looks like they're going to line up in an eye.
Looks like a heavier set here. One receiver to the bottom of your screen, I formation. Rockingham, the very back, he'll get the carry. He'll immediately met by a defensive lineman, and it doesn't look like he'll get any gain there, so that'll set up a 2nd 10.
No gain for Florence.
Yep, no gain is exactly what we got there. Florence looking to find some positives here as far as this second unit coming in. Just trying to get positive plays, Scott. Not much happening there in the run game, so I would love to see them pass the ball here. But obviously, you don't want your offensive line. You don't want to become predictable and come.
That's right.
But
They're
then again,
starting, Provine's defensive line is starting to just get a jump on this offensive line. So we'll see. 3rd and long. Really would like to see them throw the ball here. Just to see.
Just to see. Yeah,
I think RJ can catch the ball, get him outside, throw him a little swing pass, get him in some space, and see what happens. Being physical, he can get you the 10 yards. You got Caden Rockingham, who's got speed. You get him in space. And use his speed. So you've got options here of what you can do and who you can throw the ball to.
Yeah,
right here.
You see Kane kind of directing traffic here and knowing the play. He takes a high snap. He is looking to pass the ball, and he floats it, and he kind of had a man behind defenders, but that's a tough throw moving to your right. So it's eventually swatted down. That sets up a 4th and 10, and Florence gains no yards there on that drive that started at the 40. I'm speaking prematurely. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen here on 4th and 10. We saw a punt from the offense last time, but they may line up in something similar and throw the ball.
And you saw Kane fake the punt at Natchez that got messed up by a penalty, but I mean, you never know. Let's see what's going to happen right here.
This looks more like a traditional. Well, it's that same setup here. So maybe they were setting something up. Well, they were setting up a Kane Ashley punt, which is going to fly. Wow, almost touched it.
Reach up and try to touch that ball.
Yep, that ball's down at about the 29-yard line. So it's a similar situation. The defense coming onto the field now trailing 21-20. We're going to take just a small break here on the Eagles Sports Network. We'll get right back to you with more Eagles football right after this. Welcome back so quickly. This is a fast-paced football game here as the Provine Rams have already handed the ball off and run it for about 9 yards, setting up a 2nd down and one situation. This has really been the tale of two halves here as far as the situation of these teams. Not to just overemphasize it, but it is what it is. This you saw a half that you wanted to see in the first half from Florence, and now here's what it is. We're ready for playoff football. We feel like our guys are healthy and in a good spot as far as their game legs go. So now let's make sure we don't do anything bizarre like somebody come down on our ankle and we miss the rest of the year with Wayne County kind of staring down the back of our necks now. They've already played.
They played last night.
And they're just waiting on this playoff game now. So the last thing we want to do is take ourselves out of the game being selfish. That ball pops out. Number 43's got good pursuit on it, but not before the Rams can jump back on it. And it does look like all the yards they gained, they lost on that ball moving backwards in that fumble.
One of the things about Provine is they're really fast.
They are a fast football team.
They're a fast team. They've got some fast receivers. 30, we've seen him on defense make some plays. He's running the ball. I would, without seeing any of their games prior to this, I would be very surprised if 30's not their best guy. I mean, he's been their best player tonight. He's a really good football player. So they're going to keep feeding him. I don't know that he's made another play on defense since first half because we haven't been throwing the ball around. But
that was number 43,
Duncan. Now they got him on football. Now they got him on offense.
Duncan Turner, who really set the edge there, just didn't have the speed. I mean, and that's what you're going to see. We saw a little bit of this last week with South Jones keeping their starters in. It's just a difference in guys who have played football all season long and guys who have just really been supporting their team through practice and being there for them. But that in-game experience is just different. That speed is different. And that's where you're going to see some discrepancy here between the starters for Provine and the subs for Florence. You're going to see guys take a good angle, and then all of a sudden, they're just behind the guy. So there are positives to take away from what's happening here.
Sure.
You're just not going to be able to see that necessarily in the stat sheet for Florence.
Well, and these guys that are playing now will get in the weight room over the summer for the rest of the school year and over the summer, and by next year they're your guys. I mean, that's the way high school football works. I mean, you lose seniors and the next guy up, and so these guys are going to be your next guys up next year, and good for them. I hope they keep playing well and hope somebody steps up right here and makes a play.
That's right.
For them and gives them some confidence.
But, I mean, the way that's not going to happen is not putting them in.
That's right.
We never get that moment.
Right. There goes 30.
30's got that angle again. I would be surprised to see anybody beat him to the end zone. They won't. And that's a touchdown for Provine again. And that will extend their lead to 27-20. That gets it right at 7.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd see them go ahead and try to get this extra point through and force Florence's second team to go for 2 to tie this football game. I don't know that there's that much strategy going into this game right now, Scott. This is really just let Provine saying, let me just get some good reps in for our starters. It looks like we're going to be able to play at least one playoff game. This is Florence saying, hey, guys, thanks for cheering us on all season. Like, you've been a part of this football team. Go out there and play.
So they're going to kick it. And
ball's kicked to the moon. It's eventually going to come back down.
It's hard to see. He's kicked them all very high.
Yeah, so it does go through. Yeah, so 28-20.
Nice to see Florence put together a drive right here. Would love to see that.
Yeah, so 36 seconds to go in the third quarter is what we just heard there, and we are going to take just a small break, and when we return, we'll be receiving the football to go back on offense. Welcome back to Eagles football here on the Eagle Sports Network. Provine Rams about to kick it off after scoring their third touchdown here of the second half. They do kick the point after. It was successful after last time. They went for two. This ball is kind of fought over a little bit, but eventually fielded there by Lane Stewart. He runs it to about the 30-yard line.
Got a flag on the field.
There is a flag down. So we will await this marking. You never want to see those because it's normally, well, it looks like they're going to move this football back for maybe a re-kick. Because anything against us would be moving the other way.
May have been an offsides. I never saw him make a signal. So they're going to go back to the 35 and kick it. You know, one of the things I saw, and again, forgive us for talking about this, but it's just really not a whole lot to talk about in a game like this. But one of the things I saw as we went to commercial a while ago, I looked at some of the other monitors. Not only are these kids getting experience, the coaches were over there coaching them up.
They're
over there telling them where they made mistakes.
You can
and that's a big deal too. That's a good result for Florence. That ended up being a huge penalty.
Yeah,
and we're going to get 15 more because he hit him late. So we're going to get up past the 50 to start on this next drive.
And you know, let's be honest. We had talked about how unpredictable high school football is because 9th through 12th graders go out there and play a team sport.
That's right.
You can talk to these guys all day long about what they should do, but until they get the pads on and get out there,
that's right.
That's where the learning experience comes in. So, and I just love to see Florence coaches, you know, they can be ridiculed for this, but one thing they could be doing is sitting over the sidelines just waiting too, but they're not.
Yes,
they're
not.
coaching
they
these
are
guys.
coaching these guys hard.
And that is
and
I
that's a
love
big deal.
that. I
That's
love
a big
that
deal.
because this is deeper than one season.
Man,
you know,
it would be so awesome to see Florence put together a drive right here and if not tie this game, but make it at least a 28-20 or 28-27
just leave
game.
with a touchdown under your belt. I mean, that changes
really nice.
a lot of things.
We're pretty close to the end of the third quarter, I believe, 20 seconds. So, you know, they'll probably run one play here. But it sure would be nice to see them put together a drive right here.
Yep, on what was a great penalty for Florence. They get the ball back and then tack on the yardage back to that good field position again. And this is kind of a nightmare situation again. Just can't get your hand on the snap there, and it turns into a 3-4 yard loss. So another second long that's probably going to run out
going to be the end
the
of the
third quarter. So when we return, potentially, I would be surprised. Yeah, no, Kane's just over there with Husky. They're going to let this run out. So, yeah, that is the end of the third quarter. So when we return, it'll be about 2nd and 13, 2nd and 14. We're really hoping this offense can put something together. Obviously not just, you know, to quote-unquote win this football game, but just to get some experience and some good juju under their belt per se. We're going to take a small break here on the Eagle Sports Network. We'll get right back to you with the last quarter of the regular season.
Come on, we're going to be late.
No school. No.
When your garage door breaks, you don't just need fast, you need super fast. Call today and we'll send a certified garage technician to your home. Quality repairs done so fast, it's like nothing ever happened.
They're not fast. They're super fast.
Call today and we're on the way.
Welcome back for more Eagles football. Kane Ashley takes a snap, going to run straight ahead and get back the yardage that he lost on the muff snap. So that'll set up at about a 3rd down and 10, and what you would think would be a passing situation here for Florence. We've seen them try a couple of times, but the snaps have really just given them fit. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle this 3rd and long here.
Yeah, I mean, at minimum, you want to cut it in half. Let's cut it in half. Go for it on 4th. You know, you don't want a 4th and long, but a 4th and 5 is manageable. 4th and 4 is manageable. So let's see what they do right here. Will be interesting to see the play call. I'd love to see Kane throw another one.
Shotgun again. He takes the snap. It's a high snap, but he does hand it off to RJ. And it will be about that 4th and 5. Well, 4th and 7 maybe to go.
Figure they're going to go for it.
Kane is running over to the sideline to talk with Husky a little bit about the situation. Scott, I said it last time. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out in that punt formation again and maybe throw it. Maybe try to convert one of those one of those fakes. You're setting up something. I mean, you're setting up something by leaving your quarterback out there to punt the ball.
At the Natchez game, they put Kane in that same position and had a man running toward the sideline almost as if he was confused. And they ended up throwing him the ball, but it was an illegal motion. It got called back, but it was this same formation. So it may be setting something up for future weeks.
For future weeks. It's certainly not right now. Who would think that was an idea?
What
a good punt, though.
Great punt. But, yeah, they did that against Natchez. They stuck Kane back there in that punt formation, ran a man off, and he was over there talking to the coaches, and when the ball was snapped, they threw him the ball. But they didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage or had too many men in the backfield.
Yep.
Which is the same thing, but they ended up calling a penalty. It didn't work, but putting Kane here and allowing him to punt opens that up for later.
It does.
It's on film. They're going to watch it. And so the chance of Kane throwing it is there.
Right.
But again, if you're inside the 50 and you want to pooch punt with your quarterback, I mean, hey, He's punted 2 good kicks. I mean, and this one right here is inside the 10.
The shotgun again, that handoff. And Florence, good pursuit again, but he just kind of goes in there and pulls back out, and he's going to have a nice gain here as he is pursued.
43. Didn't give up on the play.
And pulled down.
43, Hunter Smith. I mean, really, really good hustle.
Yeah, that's Hunter Smith. I think I misspoke earlier. I accidentally said Duncan Turner, but Hunter Smith there with good pursuit again. So good job. I mean, you get penetration again on the defensive line, but the speed of number 30 bounces that ball back out to the left and just carries it up. What could have been a longer gain, but thanks to Smith, is drugged down. A new 1st and 10. Handoff again. Not much happening again, but they just continue to push the pile, and it looks like he'll get 5 yards.
This is a big Provine defensive line. I mean, it really is. I mean, those guys have some good size. 68, 71, 78. I mean, those guys are moving. That's a
hefty O-line. And for guys that just haven't had that in-game experience against guys who have been taking snaps all year.
Right.
Once again, every level of football that is being played, you're going to see experience kind of take triumph here.
Good play. Good job.
Yeah, and this will set up it looks like they'll give him enough for a 1st down. He got a little more on that than I thought. So, fresh set of downs for the Rams here as they're just content with running this football. They kind of want one of those.
Oh, it's 3rd down. Okay, we can't see it. Looks like I'm looking at one.
Oh, yeah, third and short. 3. So, a good 3rd down situation. Well, now it'll be a 1st down situation. So, like I was saying, the Rams are just content with having a Florence-type drive here.
That's right. That's right. They want
run the clock,
That's
go
right.
down there and score, and get out of here with the potential matchup next week if this puts them at the 4 seed with Laurel. Their big win over Gaucher would allow them to host our 4 seed in our Region 3 of 5A. So they're just ready. They're ready to get out of here. With the win, you got to be proud.
And anything can happen. I mean, they could go to Laurel and win the game.
That's right. Well, they certainly can't go to Laurel and win the game if they didn't win today. So they're already off to a good start. You got to be proud of how they played. So interesting, developments through this game. We saw the starters for Florence in the first half. A little bit longer than I expected to see them today.
That's right.
But they put together a good half, and now the Rams here have put together a good half of football themselves, and it looks like, Scott, they'll get away from this game with a win and go to Laurel and play playoff football.
We talked about it with Wayne County coming to Florence next week. Anything can happen. I mean, it's 0-0. They could go to Laurel and give them the business. I mean, you just don't know.
Yeah, a Laurel team that beat Gaucher but lost to Wayne County, who lost to Van Cleve, who lost to, it's high school football.
And it's a guarantee you're going to lose if you're sitting at the house.
That's right.
So they're finding a way to not be sitting at the house. And
Another good
Can't believe they didn't
cutback.
call a hole right there.
I think those flags are pretty stationary for the night,
They're ready to go
unless
home.
there's something
This has
just
been such a fast football game.
unless there's
Neither
something
team's
just
throwing the ball around a whole lot.
egregious. I would expect to see the flag
Yeah.
stay in the pockets here, and let's go. Let's
Gosh,
go home.
I'm with you. I'm
Let's
with
go.
you. It's been a fast game. It really has. It's been clean. Not a ton of penalties.
Fresh set of downs for the Rams. Hands it off again. Gets about 3 or 4. That'll set up second. Provine has been a fantastic host. We mentioned kind of the facilities they had. We got the chance to walk by the visitors' locker room. Looked like a very accommodating space for the guys. So it's been nice to be over here. This is odd. Got to be some type of flag there.
Yeah.
So we're going to run second down
they're
again
gonna back
and a
that
little
up.
bit further back. Just trying to run a guy on there. Not going to be able to do that. So
No, you can't do that. Yeah.
Second down again for the Rams. They're going to mark that football off. That 5-yard penalty would just reset the down. So second and a little bit longer. Would still expect them to hand this football off out of the shotgun. They don't hand it off, but they do keep it. Number 11 with some good speed to the edge. He's got space, and he's going to get into the end zone. Just not great pursuit up front nor in the back by the Eagle defenders, and he's going to get into the end zone for a touchdown. That makes it 34-20, so a point after would move this game to 15-point deficit for the Eagles in a half in which you kind of got the tone of what it was going to be like, from the get-go.
Yeah, about 6 minutes to go in the game here, and
looks like they will mark this off and kick this point after. See if he can kick it a little bit higher this time. Well, he actually gets it low, but through the uprights. We've been talking about how impressive his high kicks have been. This time he gets a kind of low line drive kick, but it goes through the uprights and does the job. This has been a fast half, so we are going to take a fast break as well. We're trying to get a word for our sponsors in there. We'll be right back with you in about 10, 15, 20, 35 seconds. Welcome back to Eagle Sports Network as this ball has been whistled live for the kickoff. That ball is, I think, unintentionally low line drive. It's going to be covered up at the 31-yard line, and that is where the Eagle offense will take over.
all right, good long drive here. Let's end on a good note.
We've been kind of trying to speak it into existence. So
let's line up and let's play and end this thing on a good note. Going into next week with our head held high. So let's see what we can do. Let's try to put together a good drive right here. Run the ball, run hard at them.
Yeah,
we like to see Caden Rockingham get some space. See RJ get some space and see what they can do.
It just hasn't been a lot initially from these plays. You know, their defensive line for Provine has done a good job against this second unit. That is Rockingham getting a little bit more space than what we've seen. So about a 5 or 6 yard carry there sets up a second and short, which that's what we want to see.
Right.
Getting Rockingham in space. He has the speed. Getting past that initial push, anything can happen, and that's what hasn't been happening on the past 2 drives. Why you've seen us give the ball back so quick is because of the initial push by the Rams. So good early indications by the first play.
Yeah.
Let's continue to be physical on the offensive line.
It changes the whole setup of your offense when you're at 2nd and 5 as opposed to 2nd and 14. I mean, it's just, in the first play of the last drive, Ashley fumbled and got us behind the sticks. So they're in the eye right here. It'd be interesting to see who ends up with the ball.
It looks like it'll be Rockingham again, but just once again, that penetration that I was talking about is just stifling right now against this unit that Florence has out there. So 3rd and 5 upcoming in what you would hope could be a drive here for some confidence for these younger guys moving into not just next week but next season as well.
That's right. Here we go, 3rd and 5. He's in a shotgun.
He's got RJ off to his left side.
I'd be surprised if RJ doesn't get the ball right here. Wait.
He is going to get it, and he's got a guy
Make a man miss. There you go.
He tries to cut that ball back up to the inside, but I do believe he's going to be
a little short. But that's 30 again for Provine, making another play. He was right there in position, made a good play. He was waiting for RJ. Didn't exactly make the tackle, but he slowed him down enough. 30's a good football player. He really is. He's been all over the field on both sides of the ball.
Fourth down and 4 to go. Ashley on a keeper and a good push there. Kind of doing their own little take on the Philadelphia Eagles there, getting up behind your center and pushing them forward. What a good job. Kane's a big guy.
Yeah.
So, with enough momentum moving forward, it's tough to bring him down. We did get to see him play in that Forest Hill game. He took a ball. He tried to sneak it.
Play just like that.
He tried to sneak it and didn't get touched. He got his feet up under him and ran it all the way to the end zone.
That's
so we've
right.
seen him be athletic, like the fake punt, like QB sneak. So good job of just converting, just
right.
moving
good
the
job
chain.
by the offensive line. They pushed off of the Provine, so he's in the shotgun again here.
The snaps have been high. They've been high, every time.
It kind of throws you off, throws your timing off just a touch.
And that's not me coming from a place of saying, wow, it should be super easy to snap the ball.
Right.
Being a center is very tough.
That's right.
And when you haven't been doing it on a cold night, it's.
So we're down under 3 minutes. It'd be nice for Florence to just keep the ball, even if you don't score. Make a first down here. Keep the ball. To the end of the game, it gives you some good momentum just to get a couple of first downs, 2 or 3 first downs. So we'll see what we get right here. Might throw it on 2nd and long.
Takes the snap. He's just going to keep it. RJ does a good job of clearing out a man,
and what do you know? There's number 30 again. Just a really, really good player.
He has just been everywhere.
He is just a good player, and when he gets around the football, good things happen for Provine, whether it's defensively, he knocks a pass down or makes a tackle, or
offensively getting in space.
Gets in space and runs the ball. He's a really, really good football player.
This has been, a fantastic season, and, a lot of people would be like, well, why don't you just come out and finish the season strong? And I get that.
I get it.
To a point. But, the last thing, and, we had talked about this at half because we potentially didn't know what was going to happen in the second half. We don't like to use the word, but injuries are super real. We've been saying help.
Well, and your coaches for Florence are playing the long game. They're playing to win. They have dreams of not just making the playoffs. They have dreams of going somewhere, doing something, winning some games. And you've got home field advantage. Everybody's got to come to you. Man, let's set ourselves up for success. And they've done that.
You've played too well all season to see critical key players go down in a game that it doesn't alter.
Let's see what happens. It's going to be a penalty on them, maybe.
Oh, okay. That ball's going to be probably returned for a touchdown.
Of course,
yep. There he goes.
These refs are just letting them play.
Yeah,
they did jump off sides there, but you know the refs are just letting them play at this point.
Let's just call it what it is. There was a false start or an offsides or something on there that just went uncalled. And we potentially talked about before the game, this would be the kind of game we saw. Let's not call everything. Let's not keep us here all night. Both of these teams have aspirations beyond this game. We want to stay healthy. We want to get out of here and go into the playoffs our best health-wise.
And we're going to.
And we are, because we saw on this Friday night, today, just an hour and a half ago, we were watching guys like Zay carry the ball, Luke Reed carry the ball, Luke Reed throw the ball, Xavier Smith run with some passion we haven't seen him run with in a couple weeks. Yep. So there's some exciting things that have happened here tonight. Right. And this score doesn't alter anything. We stay at 1. They stay at 4. Wayne County's still coming to play us. Right. They're still going to Laurel.
And so I will tell you, I am so excited about next Friday night. I cannot wait. There's going to be a lot of people. The community of Florence is going to come out. They're going to support these guys. They're going to support this coaching staff, and it should be a really great crowd and a ton of fun. I cannot wait.
I can't wait either.
Next Friday night.
We have just been super blessed here at the Eagle Sports Network to say in 23 seconds, I think that's a 3. Looks like a closed bracket, but I can't tell. We get to say that we, despite our expectations, have got to call every football game this season. That was not on our radar, folks. We really just wanted to try to get you something new and fresh and exciting, and it has just really turned into a well-oiled machine thanks to our sponsors, the hard work of our crew, whether it be cameras or replay or our producer or any of these things. All of it has come together for a fantastic season that a lot of folks haven't gotten to watch Florence football in a long time.
Right.
Maybe they're not able to get out. They've been able to watch a full season of Florence football on Friday nights.
Not everybody can go to the road games, and so, it's been really good. It's a really great deal that people can watch Florence and support Florence from their home. And here's the best thing about it, Ryan. You got these great sponsors. It doesn't cost you a dime to watch Florence.
It doesn't.
At your house.
At your house.
And that is a great thing.
Looks like some really tell what's happening here. The offense is running on. 10 seconds left to go, as you can see at home now.
Hail Mary time. Here we go. just sling it.
How about a round of applause for the Essence of Provine dance team senior members?
I take it we're going to break the huddle here and give Rockingham or Davis one more carry and
shake their hand and wish them good luck next week as they travel to Laurel.
And a final round of applause for the senior cheerleaders.
They did their job tonight. They could have messed around, and
that's gonna be the ball game. That's about 5 seconds to go. I don't think we'll run another play.
No, so that'll do it. And that wraps up. A football game in which the situation is the exact same. I'm going to say it again as it was when we came in.
And I think Florence accomplished what they really wanted to accomplish, the score notwithstanding. They got their starters in there. They had a couple of drives where the starters looked really good. They moved the ball. They scored. Their defense, other than the one drive, held up. So your starters are ready to go.
They are.
They're healthy. They're ready to play. They played well tonight, and so let's do it. Let's go to the playoffs.
Yeah, and it's at this point in time, your opinions about Florence football and the way that this should have gone today it's over. The football game is over. It's come to an end, and
everybody is 0-0 at this point.
There are
let's
plenty. There are plenty of
and congratulations to Provine.
8, 9, 10-year-old football teams that you can play your starters all you want, and and that's what that's for.
That's right.
But the aspirations of a young man's career and getting out of this football game healthy at their best potential against Wayne County was accomplished tonight, and I just can't wait to see this team play playoff football at our place. At our place. How exciting! How exciting is that? And that is just exciting because the offense played. Let me say the starting defense and offense played fantastic in the first half.
They were ahead 20-7.
They were ahead 20-7 in control of this football game. I have no doubts about their ability to be coached, their ability to be ready, and it's just fantastic to see health going into playoffs. We got guys like Devin Quick back. He got a couple of weeks under his belt. We got guys healthy. We got RJ back who's gotten some good carries. And we know we've highlighted special teams over and over again all season. Well, that was a lot of those guys that you just got to see in the second half. Some of our special teams guys getting some real life playing before the playoffs start. They're going to be crucial down the stretch, and it's going to be fantastic to watch playoff football at home.
Yep.
And to see the guys' aspirations. We talked with them on our Eagle Talks on Thursday about what some of their goals were. And they wanted to win district. They wanted, some of them said they wanted to go undefeated, and they wanted to do all of that. And you look at this season, it's been a great season.
It has, and look, and I'm going to tell you what, how awesome would it be to see that rematch with Holmes County in the state finals? Holmes County beat us at the last second.
They did,
at home,
yeah, on about 4 or 5 inches away from getting that first down.
Man, that would be really good to see that rematch, and really good time.
So we have pretty much talked your ears off all night.
It was not an easy game to call.
No,
it really
it's just
wasn't.
not a lot happening out there. Hey, we would tip our caps 100 times to Provine. They played a great football game. They played clean. They played the way they wanted to play. And now they get to go play more football. So I'm incredibly proud of the state that the team is in headed into next week. So we will be there. We will be bringing you playoff football. From my understanding, we know that our team is ready to do so. But my encouragement to you is get to the stadium.
That's right.
Fill the stadium. Make it loud. Cheer on the guys. And we just cannot believe what situation we're in. To get to host is such a blessing to be. Well, for Ryan Keith and Scott Higdon, this is Eagle Sports Network signing off from Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you for joining us tonight.